Set number 1, questions from 1 to 5. 4 cricketers, Goli, Ghoni, Gharma and Gahul, played a certain number of matches in PLG. The volume open, high, low, close graph given below shows the stats from the tournament for the 4 players. The volume bar shows the blue rectangle, shows the number of innings played in the tournament by the 4 players. So, if you look at the blue rectangles, it shows the number of tournaments played by the 4 players. Right? The top and bottom ends of the line respectively indicate the maximum and minimum scores of the players in the tournament, while the horizontal edges of the rectangle correspond to their scores in the first and last matches. If the rectangle is wide, their score in the first match is lower than their score in the last match. However, if the rectangle is gray, then their first match score is higher than the score in their last match. Note, for Ghoni, only the score of the last match is represented in the graph. So there is only one small gray line. So it's only the last match is represented. The left hand vertical axis is for the volume bar only, while the right hand vertical axis is for the open, high, low, close for all values except for the number of innings played. So here, if we look into the left hand side y axis, this is about the number of innings played. And this is all about the scores if I talk about the right hand side vertical axis. Now, how do I know this? So it says the volume bar, it represents the blue rectangle is represented by the blue rectangle, and it shows the number of innings played in the tournament by the 4 players. So let's take an example for Goli. Goli played more than 16 and less than 18 innings. So Goli played a total of 17 innings. Now, the top and bottom ends of the line. So we see the line here, right? So the top one, it represents the maximum score of Goli, and the bottom one, it represents the minimum score of Goli. Now, these are the scores wherein this has to be accounted when we look on the right hand side part. So this is a score which is between 50 and 60, right? And this is a score which is 10. So from here we can say that the lowest score of Goli is going to be 10 and the largest score is going to be between 50 and 60. It can be any number. Okay. Then the horizontal edges of the rectangle correspond to their scores in the first and last matches. So these are minimum and the maximum as of now, while the rectangle, the lower edge and the upper edge, they represent the minimum and the the score in the first and the last matches. So if the rectangle is wide, their score in the first match is lower than the score in the last match. So this is the score in the first match and this is the score in their last match. Since there are 17 innings, so we are talking about first inning and the last inning here. So the first inning, the score is going to be 30 and the last inning, the score is going to be between 40 and 50. It can be a number. So this is first inning, this is last inning, and we are only talking about Goli, and this is the minimum score and this is the maximum score. So we have two components here. The number of runs scored by Goli, those runs are categorized as minimum, maximum. And the second is in the first match, how many runs did he score? And in the last match, how many runs did he score? The minimum, maximum can be a part of first and the last match, or it may not. Now, however, if the rectangle is gray, if you look at Gharma's rectangle, it's gray. The first match, he scored more than the last match. So the first match score is going to be between 30 and 40 and the last match is going to be between 10 and 20. Now, for Ghoni, only the score of the last match is given. So for Ghoni, it's only the last match. Okay, so this is only the line. So we don't know the first match score, right? As of now, we don't know that. It is also known that all the values depicted in the graph except the number of innings played are multiples of 5. So except for innings played, we can see that innings played, these are all 0, 1, 2. So the missing values are the odd numbers. While here, the scores, the yellow lines, they are the values that are represented by multiples of 5. So now if we check out the maximum run scored by goalie, which is going to be this top one, which is between 50 and 60, we can say this is 55. And in the first match, he scored 30 runs. In the last match, he scored runs between 40 and 50. Let's look at the yellow lines. So it has to be 45. We don't know the scores in the at the intermediate places. Second one says no player had the same score as any other player or even himself in 2 or more innings. So it means every player has a unique score, which is good. Except Ghani, 2 of whose scores were equal. So in the case of only Ghani, 2 scores were equal. Otherwise, everybody had a unique score when we compare their score with themselves or with others. Third, no player had a score which has an odd number of prime factors. So some condition given. Fourth, no score of goalie was a prime number or in the 20s. So we will have to figure out what scores did each player made. What was the minimum, what was the maximum, what was the first score, what was the last score in the match. We may not know what was the score in the third inning, but we can definitely know what are the scores in all the innings that a particular player has played. For that, we have these 4 statements. So that means we will have to draw a table where we will figure out all these values. So in a table, we will make the first column as the player name, the second column as number of innings played, the third one as score in the first match, let's say. In the next column as the highest score, then the lowest score, and then score in the last match. So that will help us find out the sequence, right? We will not say first match, last match. वैसा नहीं करेंगे. So innings played, then first match का score, then minimum score. ऊपर से शुरू कर रहे हैं ना. So let's start with the maximum score, and then let's start with the minimum score. Then let's calculate the last match का score, and then the scores that they are each player is going to score. Okay. So let's look at goalie. Number of innings goalie played is between 16 and 18. So this is 17. Let's look at Ghani. The number of matches played by Ghani is exactly 12. The top edge of the blue rectangle. If you look at Gharma, this is between 12 and 14. So this has to be 13. For Gahul, this is exactly 18. So these are the number of innings played. Now, score in the first match. Let's look at goalie. Since it's white in color, so that means the lower is the score, which is going to be 30. The highest score is the tip of the line at the top, which is between 50 and 60, 55. The lowest score is the tip of the line at the bottom, which is exactly 10. And score in the last match is the upper bar, which is between 40 and 50, which will be 45, because we have the numbers in the multiples of 5. It's already given. Let's look at Ghani now. Ghani has played 12 matches. Score in the first match, we cannot calculate. Reason being, we don't know the height of the bar, right? So not applicable, let's say. Highest score is going to be the tip of the line, which it is not visible. So we can say that it's the yellow line, which is 20. Lowest score is going to be the tip of the line at the bottom, which is between 0 and 10, which is going to be 5. And score in the last match. So the last match is going to be the gray line, which is going to be back to 20. So the highest score he has made is 20 and the lowest score he has made is 5. Let's look at Gharma now. So Gharma has played 13 innings. Score in the first match, since it is gray in color, so his first match score will be larger. So it's going to be the top edge, this part, which is between 30 and 40. So this results in 35. His highest score will be the tip, which is going to be 40. His lowest score is going to be the value which is between 10 and 20, which is 15. And score in the last match will also be the same, which is 15. So in the last match, he scored the lowest. Let's look at Gahul now. Total innings he has played is 18. Score in the first match, since it is white in color, it will be the lower value, which is 50. Score in the last match is going to be the top one, which is between 60 and 70. This will result in 65. highest score is going to be the tip because there is no line above it, which is between 60 and 70, so which will become 65. And the lowest score is the bottom tip of the line, which is 0. So this is going to be 0. So we have the values calculated for all these 4 players. Now we need to find out the scores of them, right? So let's start. Third statement says no player had a score which has an odd number of prime factors. Okay. So what kind of numbers have got odd number of prime factors, right? So let's start with 3 prime factors. कितने numbers होंगे? 3 prime factors के we will have 2, 3, 5, 30. 3, 5, 7, 105, 2, 3, 7, 42. So we can have a lot of cases here. Okay, since we're talking about odd number of prime factors, so for 3 factors, we will have the numbers which are going to be perfect square. 2 square, which is 4, 3 square, which is 9, 4 square, which is not 4 square, 5 square. Odd number ka square we can only take, which is 25, 7 square, which is going to be 49. And then we will have 11 square, which is 121. It doesn't exist, right? We don't have values more than 65 as of now. With 5 factors, because we are only dealing with odd factors. So with 5 factors, we can only have 2 to the power 4, which is going to be 16. 3 to the power 4 will be 81. वहाँ तक नहीं जाना है. 7 factors would mean 2 to the power 6, which is going to be 64. 3 to the power 6 will be way beyond the scores range that we have. So looking at this, we can say that the minimum score that we can have is 0 and the maximum we can have is 65, and 65 happens to be the highest score among these 4 people. So 0 to 65, these are 66 scores possible. Now out of these 66 scores, if we look at the third condition, it says nobody had odd number of factors here. So 6 of them, 4, 5, 6. 6 scores are not possible as per the third statement. So a total of 60 scores exist, which also makes sense because if I count the total number of innings played, it also gives us 60. Right? Okay. Next, if we talk about 56 and 63. Okay, if you look at Goli, the highest score is 55. For Goni, it is 20. Garma is 40. Gahul is up to 65. So can we say that the largest score between Goli, Goni and Garma is going to be 55. So all the scores more than 55 will go to Gahul, which is 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63. We can't take 64, right? So 64 nahi le sakte aap. So we will take 65. So these are 3, 3, 6, 3, 9. 9 scores so far that are possible, or the 9 innings that Gahul has played. Right? And also the lowest score is 0 and Goni's lowest score is 5. So Goni can only have scores from 5 onwards. So up to 5, I mean up to 4, only Gahul can take. So Gahul can take scores starting with 0. 1 he can take, 2 he can take. He can't take 4 because 4 is already there. So we need to get rid of that. So as of now, we have a total of 9 plus 3, 12 innings of Gahul or 12 scores of Gahul known to us. Let's look at Goni now. So for Goni, the range is 5 to 20, minimum 5 and maximum 20. And 9 and 16 is not allowed. So 5 to 20, if we count, these are 16 scores. And 9 and 16 cannot be used. So this is going to be 5 to 20, these are 16 scores. इसमें से 2 नहीं use हो सकता. So we are left with 14 scores. We need 12 innings or 12 different scores for Goni. Out of these, 10 and 15 will be used for Goli and Garma. So 2 more further goes away. So we will be left with 12. So Goni, all the 12 scores, we can say कि 5 से आप सारे लिख लो. Okay. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So these are 16 scores, but Goni only requires 12. So out of these, we can't take 9 because 9 is not allowed. We can't take 16 because that is not allowed. We can't take 10 and 15 also, reason being that is already going to be included for Goli and Garma. So if we count the number of scores that Goni is going to have, it's going to be 4, 4, 4, 12. So that means all these scores of Goni are going to be used. So we can remove 9 and 16. Okay. Let's look at, we have included this, right? Okay, let's look at Goli. Since no score of Goli was a prime number or in the 20s, so 10 से लेके 55 तक में we can't take 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 we can't take, 16 we can't, up to 20 we can't take. We can start with 21, 22. We can't take 23 because there was not a prime number. We can take a 24, we can take a 25, right? But no score of Goli was in prime number or in the 20s. It means we need to start with at least 30. And minimum 10. 10 is going to be there, of course. Lowest score to 10. Then we can't have 11 onwards up to 20. We can't have 21 to 29 because fourth statement says so. Fourth condition says so. So we can start with 31. Since 31, sorry, we can start with 30. Now 31 is a prime number. We can't take that. Next we can take is 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. We can take all of that. Thirty. 31 we can't take. We can take 32. Can we take 33? Yes. 34? Yes. 35? Can we take 35? Okay. As of now, we can take 35. Okay. We can't take 35 because 35 is there for Gharma. Okay. So please pay attention to that also. Can we take 36? 36 is not there. So yes, we can take 36. 37 is a prime number. We can't take that. We can take 38. We can take 39. We can't take 40 because 40 is going to be one of the scores of Gharma. So we can't take 40. We can't take 41 because it's a prime number. We can take 42. Yes. 43 is a prime number. We can't take that. We can take 44. We can take 45. We can take 46. We can take 47. No, it's a prime number. We can take 48. We can't take 49. So 49 is gone. We can take 50. No, we can't take 50 because 50 is one of the scores. Gahul ke paas. Can we take 51? Of course, 51 is not a prime number. Can we take 52? Yes. 53 is the prime number. We can't take that. We can take 54. We can take 55. 56 onwards we can't take because it goes to Gahul. Let's count how many scores does Goli have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So all these 17 scores of Goli are done. And all the 12 scores of Goni are done. All the 18 scores of Gahul are done. No, Gahul ka 18 nahi hua tha. If I remember correctly, this was only 12 as of now. Okay, let's look at Garma's score now. Garma minimum we require is 15. So 15 we will start with. 15 has not been used anywhere. Can we take 16? No. We can take 17. Yes. No, we can't take. 17, 18, 19, 20 we can't take. We can start with 21 now. 20s वाले सारे इधर हो जाएंगे. 21, 22, 23. Can we take 23? Yes. 24? Yes. 25? No. 26? Yes. So far, no one has taken 26. 27? Yes. 28? Yes. 29? Yes. 30 we can't take. 30 has already gone to Goli. 31, the prime numbers. Then 32 nahi, 33 nahi, 34 nahi. 35 is missing, so 35 will go here. 36 is already used in Goli. 37 is a prime number. Of course, this will come here. 38 is already there. 39 is there. 40 we can take. And 41. 37. We needed 13 innings for Garma. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 13 of them. Okay. And Gahul needs 18 overall. So the leftover are post 40, the prime number being 41, 42, and then we will have 43, 44, 45, 46 is there. We will have 47, 48 is there. We can't take 49. Next is 50. Then in 50s, we started with 56 previously. So 53 will also come in. Okay, let's count how many are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 18 of Gahul is also completed. So these are the scores that they will be scoring, wherein Goli will be playing 17 innings, Goni 12, Karna 13, and Gahul 18. Okay, first condition is done. Let's look at the second condition. No player had the same score as any other player or even himself in 2 or more innings that we have seen, except Goni, two of whose scores were equal. So we need a number that is going to be repeated for him. Since we have 12 scores, jidhar ek score has to be repeated. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, we will see this as we move along. The second condition, we will look into it later on. Let's look at the questions now. Question number 1. For how many scores the player who scored, it cannot be identified. Well, we can see that we can calculate the scores of each of the 4 players. So the answer is going to be 0. For all these scores, we know exactly which player scored it. So the answer is going to be 0. Question number 2. Which player had the highest percentage of his scores as prime number scores? So let's look at the options. Ghoni. So Ghoni has 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. So that's 6 out of a total of 12 innings. So this is 50%. If we look at next option, Gharma, the prime numbers are 23 and then 29 and then 31 and then 37. So this is 4 out of 13, which is definitely less than 50%. So B is not the answer. About Gahul, the prime numbers are the first one being 59, then 61, and then 2, then 3, then 41, then 43, then 47, and then 53. So this is 3, 3, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of 18, this is again less than 50%. So C also can't be the answer. We can't have D as the answer. So we have a total of 50% for Ghoni. So option A is the answer. Question number 3. Which player had the highest number of single digit scores? So let's look at Ghoni. Ghoni has 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 single digit scores. Let's look at Gahul. Gahul has 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 single digit scores. Then it says both Ghoni and Gahul and cannot be determined. So obviously we know exactly these scores. So it can't be, cannot be determined. So answer is going to be option C. Both Ghoni and Gahul. Question number 4. Which player had the highest percentage of his scores as odd number scores? So let's calculate for Ghoni. Odd numbers we have is 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 and 19. So that is 6 out of 12, which is 50%. Let's look at Gahul. The odd numbers are 57, 59, 61, 63, 65, 1, 3, 41, 43, 47, 53. So this is an overall of 3 to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that is 11 out of 18, definitely greater than 50%. Had this been 12 by 18, this would have been 66%. So we can say this is going to be around 65%. So definitely not option A. Then Gharma, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 8 out of 13. Had this been 8 out of 12, this would have been exactly 66%. So definitely it's going to be less than 66%. Now we need to compare between 11 by 18 and 8 by 13 as to which one will give us the answer. So 11 by 18 is going to be 13 into 11 and 18 into 8. So 143 and 144. So definitely 8 by 13 is the larger one. So Gharma. So I cross multiplied, brought the denominators and saw that the right hand side was greater. So Gharma is going to be better. Option C will be the answer. Question number 5. Which player has the most number of scores with 4 factors? Now a number will have 4 factors if it is going to be written as a prime number to the power 3 or first prime number into second prime number with a power of 1 each. So either the number is going to be a perfect cube so that it will have 4 factors, or it will be product of 2 prime numbers. So let's look at Goli. So in the case of Goli, 10 can be written as 2 into 5. So that's product of 2 prime numbers. 30 is product of 3. 32 is 2 to the power 5. 33 is 3 into 11. 34 is 2 into 17. 36, 38 is 2 into 19. 39 is 3 into 13. Then we have 42 is 2, 3, 7. 44 is 2, 2, 11. 45 is 3, 3, 5. 46 is 2 into 23. 48 is 16 into 3. No. 51 is 3 into 17. Product of 2 prime numbers. 52. No. 54 is 2 into 27. 55 is 5 into 11. So we can see that this is a total of 3, 3, 6, 7, 8. So in the case of Goli, we have 8. Let's look at Gahul now. 56 is 4 into something. So 4 is itself product of 2 prime numbers. 57 is going to be 19 into 3. So yes. 58 is going to be 2 into 29. Yes. 59, no. 60 is going to be product of more than 2 prime numbers. 61 is a prime. 62 is 2 into 31. 63 is 9 into 7. So 9 itself is product of 2 prime. 65 is 13 into 5. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 43, 47, 50, no, 53, no. So that's only 4. So definitely Gahul is not the answer. Okay. Garma. So we have 15 as 3 into 5, 21 as 3 into 7, 22 as 2 into 11, 24 is 2, 2, 2, a lot of 2's, 26 is 2 into 13, 27 is a perfect cube, so that should be included. 28 is 2 into 2 into 7, no. 29 is prime, 31 is prime, 35 is 5 into 7, 37 is prime, 40 is 2, 2, 2, so we have a total of 6. So definitely it's determinable and it's going to be Goli. So option A should be the answer.